Today we will study about the guiding values of the Indian Constitution. In this book we shall study the exact provision of the Constitution on different subjects. At this stage, let us begin by understanding the overall philosophy of what our Constitution is all about. So now we will discuss what are the main ideas, how our Constitution was made, and what are the different types of philosophies which our leaders had adapted while making the Indian Constitution. We can do this in two ways. We can understand it by reading the views of some of our major leaders on our Constitution. So how we will learn? In one way we can learn by reading the different types of their opinions and views regarding our Indian Constitution. But it is equally important to read what the Constitution says about its own philosophy. So we have to read line by line whatever is written in our Indian Constitution and try to understand what our Constitution is about and what are its basic ideas. This is what the preamble of the Constitution does. So preamble means the basic, or you can say the introduction of the Indian Constitution. The dream and the promise. Some of you may have noticed a name missing from the sketches of the makers of the Constitution, Mahatma Gandhi. So similarly, I think you have noticed, right? The famous personality because of whom we got our India independent from the British rule, that is the Mahatma Gandhi. His name is missing in the list of the person who had made the Indian Constitution. He was not a member of the Constituent Assembly. So Mahatma Gandhi was not a member of the Constituent Assembly. Yet there were many members who followed his vision. Though he was not in the Constituent Assembly, but there are many members who followed his ideas. Years ago, writing in his magazine Young India in 1931, he had split out what he wanted the Constitution to do. So he was not at all you can say agreeing with he was not at all agreeing that the India should be divided into two equal halves, that is India and Pakistan. So now let's see what was his ideas or his opinion regarding the Indian Constitution. I shall strip off a constitution which will release India from all thraldom and patronage. I shall work for an Indian in which the poorest shall feel that it is their country in whose making they have an effective voice, an Indian in which there shall be no high class and low class of people, an India in which all communities shall live in a perfect harmony. There can be no room in such an India for the curse of untouchability or the curse of intoxicating drinks and drugs. Women will enjoy the same rights as men. I shall be satisfied with nothing else. So according to Mahatma Gandhi, he wanted to make a India in which all the different types of struggles, all the different types of problems which had evolved during the British period, that will be resolved. That means he wanted to make Indian society in such a way that there shall be no poor in a country and there will be no high class and no lower class. That means the caste system in the Indian society should be removed. He wanted to make an India in which all the people are treated equally and there will be no high class and low class. And he also wanted to make you can say a country in which untouchability or the drinking of alcohol and drugs should be removed. He wanted to give equal rights to the women. So once these all important points are satisfied in a country, he considered that country as a Indian. This dream of an India that has eliminated inequality was shared by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who played a key role in the making of the Constitution, but he had a different understanding of how inequalities could be removed. So though Mahatma Gandhi, he wanted to remove the inequalities from the society. There was one more personality, that is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. He also wanted to remove the inequalities from the Indian society, but his way of removing the practice of inequalities were totally different from the Mahatma Gandhi. He often bitterly criticized Mahatma Gandhi and his vision. So what did Dr. B.R. Ambedkar did? He openly criticized about the Mahatma Gandhi's views regarding the inequality. In his concluding speech to the Constituent Assembly, he stated his anxiety very clearly. So, in one of his famous speech, that is in the concluding speech of the Constituent Assembly, he stated that on the 26th January 1950, we are going to enter a life of contradiction. So, on this day, our constitution was finally came into force. In politics, we will have equality, and in social and economic life, we will have inequality. So, according to him, in politics there will be equality, but in the social and economic life there will be inequality. In politics, we will be recognizing the principle of one man, one vote, and one vote, one value. In our social and economic life, we shall be reason for our social and economic structure, continue to deny the principle of one man, one value. How long shall we continue to live this life of contradiction? How long shall we continue to deny equality in our social and economic life? If we continue to deny it for long, we will do so only by putting our political democracy in prevail. So according to B.R. Ambedkar, he wanted to give equal opportunities to all the people in all the three sections. That means in the political way, in the political, social and economic, not only in political basis, which was mentioned by the Mahatma Gandhi. So in his speech, he had openly criticized about the views of Mahatma Gandhi, and he was the person who wanted to give equality on all the three bases. Finally, let us turn to Jawaharlal Nehru giving his famous speech to the Constituent Assembly at the stroke of midnight on 15th August 1947. So, one of the famous personality known as Jawaharlal Nehru, he gave his famous speech to the Constituent Assembly when on the midnight of 15th August 1947. Long years ago, we made a tryst with destiny, and now the time comes when we shall redeem our pledge, not wholly or in full measure, but very substantially. At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to live and freedom. So now all the people are sleeping in the midnight hour, but Indian people are awake to move towards the life of freedom. That means they are getting freedom from the colonial rule. A moment comes which comes but rarely in history, when we step out from the old to the new, when an age ends, and when the soul of a nation long suppressed find utterance. So finally, after a lot of struggles, and finally we Indians got our independence. It is fitting that at this solemn moment we take the pledge of dedication to the service of India and her people, and to the still large cause of humanity. So finally, with the help of all the people, that is the Hindu and Muslim, we got our independence, and finally we will move towards a new modern India. Freedom and power bring responsibility. So once we got freedom and power, it also bring responsibility. The responsibility rests upon these assembly, that is the Constituent Assembly, a sovereign body representing the sovereign people of India. Before the birth of freedom, we have endured all the pains of labor, and our hearts are heavy with the memory of this sorrow. So now we are moving towards the birth of a freedom. That means we are getting freedom from the colonial rule, and we are whatever the different types of different types of sorrow, different types of sadness which are there in our mind, we are keeping that aside, and we are moving towards the freedom India. Some of those pain continues even now. Nevertheless, the past is over and it is the future that beckons to us now. So whatever happened in the past, that that should be stopped, and we should move towards the future. We should look towards the future, and the future is that India is getting independence. That future is not one of the ease or resting, but of incessant striving, so that we may fulfill the pledges we have so often taken, and the one we shall take today. So now all the people in the midnight of 15th August 1947, they are taking pledge to move towards the modern India, to move toward the freedom India. The service of India means the service of the millions who suffer. It means the ending of poverty and ignorance and disease and inequality of opportunity. So with the you can say removing the British rule from India, now we will also end the poverty. That means the people who don't have proper amount of food to eat, that will be removed. Ignorance, disease and inequality of opportunity. The ambition of the greatest man of our generation has been to wipe every tear from every eye. That may be beyond us, but as long as there are tears and suffering, so long our work will not be over. So now our main agenda is that we will remove all the sorrow of Indian people which occurred due to the British rule. We will erase that pain, and now we will move towards the independent India, free India, and now we will make our own rules and regulation that will eradicate all the different types of evil practices from our India and make all the people equal in the eyes of law.